549 trillion Shiba Inu tokens in circulation and a market cap of over 14.5 billion with a holder count of over 1.1 million holders who've gathered in about a year. Shiba Inu is certainly a force to be reckoned with in the crypto space. And recently, the Shiba Inu team announced its 3-point plan to gain massive value and increase its adoption across the crypto space. And to this end, these points are: according to the SHIB team, value comes from massive continual long-term burns, an increase in holders utilizing the token, and increase in brand recognition. And today we're going to examine their number one point, massive continual burns. With 549 tokens in circulation, burning tokens has to be the primary goal for the team. And to this end, Shiba Inu has announced that it'll be including burning mechanisms in virtually everything which is being built this year and going forward. And so today we're not just going to talk news, but we're also going to talk numbers. Today we're going to break out our Shiba Inu token price simulator, and we're going to thoroughly examine what would be the impact on the price of Shiba Inu, especially once all its 2022 utility is up and running. Welcome back to SHIB Planet, everyone. This is Ace. Today we're going to forecast exactly how much Shiba Inu can burn from its three main burn sources for 2022. Alright guys, let's get right to it. Okay, Shiba Inu is going to burn tokens in three main areas. Number one is technology. Now this is the inherent utility like Shibaswap and Shibarium, which both have built-in automatic and user-defined burn mechanisms. And then number two is what I call community. Now this is the collective efforts of all the people who in the community who either voluntarily burn their tokens or have various enterprises like burning a percentage of their revenue in SHIB tokens. And finally, number three is commercial. This is when businesses have adopted Shiba Inu when they do a fixed burning percentage for their sales, and this can happen either on Shibarium or through third-party payment providers like Now Payments. Okay, let's start with technology. Shiba Inu is going to be burning tokens from two key technology areas. This is Shibarium transactions and also through Shibaswap 2.0. And that's mostly the same thing except for the burn portal. So if we use data from an application like intotheblock.com, we can see that the daily volume traded on Shibaswap. And you can see that the daily volume, it ranges from anywhere from $5 million all the way up to $50 million on any given day. And I found that protocol fees, they actually are around about 0.3% of the daily traded volume. And those protocol fees are the ones that go to liquidity providers. And the rest, they usually go to things like gas fees. But on Shibarium, there's going to be very fractional gas fees, just like on Polygon. And there'll also be SHIB burns in addition to this. So I figured that since gas fees are going to be pretty much negligible, it's also possible that burns could also be priced at the same rate or even higher. Okay, so I downloaded the data for 2022 and I did a formula which also burns about 0.3% of the current volume on Shibaswap. And I found that at this percentage, if I use this year's data so far, we'll be burning roughly about $30,000 to $150,000 a day, which works out to roughly 118 billion SHIB tokens per day on average. And 1.8 billion SHIB tokens a day on average. And I think that's pretty good, especially considering that Shibaswap's volume is actually at an all-time low. But I know that I'm also using a very low percentage compared to what most of us want. But I'm also considering Shibaswap trying to remain competitive against the likes of Uniswap, which is also now on Polygon, as they also have a 0.3% fee for liquidity providers. Anyway, even at this percentage, if we were on Shibarium, we would have burnt 174 billion tokens this year as of today. Anyway, just a note, I really have no idea what the actual burn percentage will be, but let's see what that would be if that percentage was something like 2.5%. like other tokens when they do reflection burns. So I'm just going to shift this to 2.5%. I'm just going to refresh my formulas. And that would mean that we would have an average of 15 billion tokens burnt per day. And that'll be a total of 1.4 trillion tokens burnt just in the past quarter. And the interesting thing is that Shibaswap's volume has been actually at a near all-time low so far this year. So these figures, they actually would have been even higher if the market was up and also if we're on Shibarium. So I think that once Shibaswap 2.0 launches, we're likely to start seeing higher volumes again. And if I did the same analysis with the full lifetime data for Shibaswap, you'd actually be shocked at how much we would have burnt in Shibaswap if Shibarium was, active all along. And I'm talking something like tens of billions of tokens a day. So anyway, in my estimates, I foresee that Shibaswap alone burning easily over 1 trillion SHIB a year, and that's if a low percentage is used, and even a few trillion at least if a higher percentage is used. And I know some of you are going to say that that's not enough, but you also have to realize that it costs to burn tokens, and we have to strike a balance between burns and the cost that it's going to be for people. And I don't think burns will be too much higher than liquidity fees though, because that would defeat the purpose of having a layer 2, which is supposed to be, for extremely low cost to the user. Also, you have to remember that over time, as SHIB grows, it's going to attract more and more volume from other tokens who are going to want to put their tokens on Shibaswap for trade. So this daily burn amount, which I forecasted, it actually might grow bigger and bigger. And also, I do know that there's other variables to look at, like price, etc. But I'm actually just showing you the concept at the moment. Anyway, the other technology burns which I won't show are Shiboshi and Metaverse renaming burns, because you do know that for renaming Shiboshis and Metaverse land, there will be a portion of SHIB burned, but these are going to be much smaller, but they'll also be daily. Okay, then there are community burns. I'm going to show you some recent headlines from recent burn activity. According to You Today, 208 million SHIB has been burnt within the past 24 hours. And according to CoinGape, over 6 billion Shiba Inu tokens have been burnt in the past 430 transactions. Now, all these burns, they would have come from community initiatives like Simon Cooper's playlists and also from voluntary burns. And at the moment, the community, it actually struggles to reach even 1 billion in burns a month, but that's usually because there's not much being burnt through these efforts. And but I do think that over time, these efforts are going to grow as well. And lastly, we're going to have commercial partnership burns. And as you know, Shiba Inu has partnered with the likes of John Richmond and Wellies, and more partnerships are actually being negotiated and will be released soon. I think that this is actually where the potential power of Shibarium is going to be revealed, because these companies will either have a certain product which runs on Shibarium, or they will be run entirely on Shibarium, like Wellies. I once calculated that one Wellies store can make over 100,000 a year on estimate, and we do know that they are currently working out hundreds of franchise applications as we speak, at least according to their Twitter. And I read somewhere that their burn percentages are going to be much higher, anywhere from 3% all the way to 9% in the case of John Richmond. So over time, the daily burns on the Shibarium network could be even higher. And then the biggest burns, in my opinion, are going to come from the burn portal. I once did a video about how I think Shiba Inu can burn even 50 trillion a year with this method. And I even did this video before the burn portal was announced, but from what I've gathered, it's going to work with a combination of voluntarily and incentivized burns, and that's exactly what my previous video discussed. I'll leave a link in either the top corner or in the description below, and I'll show you how I came up with those figures. And so, all in all, I think that Shiba Inu will definitely achieve its goal of massive continual burns, with the most reliable source coming from Shibaswap 2.0 and the most massive one coming from the Shibaswap burn portal. And I think also that over time, as people realize the deflationary nature of Shiba Inu, this is going to bring in new classes of investors and partnerships. I personally envisage a scenario where big ticket partners who have high value items like furniture and appliances, that they'll hop onto Shiba Inu, and this is cool because their daily sales, they can actually match the burnt amount on Shibaswap, for example. And this would also incentivize them to hold SHIB on their balance sheets as well as accept it for payments, both of which, as you know, are really good for the price. Before I continue, guys, I recently received my physical crypto coins from Minted Crypto USA, and they're much better than I expected. If you guys are interested in actually owning your own realistic, high-quality physical collectible coin of your favorite crypto, whether it be SHIB, Doge, Bitcoin, or any others, you can get them at their website. They now have really fast shipping options available within the US, and each coin comes individually cased in a clear protective case. I'll leave my affiliate link in the description. Okay guys, let's wrap this up with a simulation. And I'm not I can't forecast anything, but I do envisage a scenario that at least 12 months after the release of Shibaswap and Shibarium, that I do hope that we should be able to, burn at least, you know, up to 50 trillion tokens. I'd be happy if we burn 50 trillion tokens within a year. So that represents roughly 9%. So what I'll do is I'll just use the burn simulator, and I'll just click here 9%, because that's about 50 trillion tokens. Watch the circulating supply drop from 549 trillions to 499 trillions. And if you notice that the price would have shot up, that's assuming that the price remains constant. You know, you see that the price has just shot up from just from burning from 27 to 29, and you know, that's the kind of scenario which would happen if the price remains constant. But of course, it's a lot more complex than this, because there'll be price fluctuations, and also, you know, there'll be a bit of a tug and war between the circulating supply and the amount of you know, that the market cap increases. But you know, I'm just showing you this to show you the concept. And with that, I think I'm going to leave it there for now, guys. This could easily have been a 30-minute video, because I've already run the numbers on a number of scenarios, but I find most people won't be interested in watching for that long. And most people usually just want me to say burn 90%, but that's not realistic. So maybe I'll save, you know, those scenarios for a live stream. And once again, if you guys enjoy my videos, the best way you can continue to support my channel is by simply hitting the like button and also leaving a comment. And also tell me in the comment section, what burn percentage do you think SHIB should have for their volume traded? Otherwise, once again guys, thank you so much for watching everyone. This is Ace. Peace.